Olá, gente. Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite. Denenés aqui mais uma vez, porque acho que vai ser o vídeo final de The Outer Worlds. Só falta a gente fazer literalmente a última missão. Já fizemos as duas DLCs. A DLC do assassinato em Herida não foi muito boa. Gostei bastante dela. Agora vamos ver do que se encaminha o final do jogo. O jogo tá bonito, o jogo tá legal. Eu achei ele um pouco flat às vezes, mas fazer o quê? Anyway, vamos pra lá. Vamos para Tártaro. Depois de atacar o labirinto em Tártaro e determinar o destino de coluna de bonança, o jogo sai depois de pontos sem volta, só podem concluir a história episódio em Tártaro. Missões secundárias quando disponíveis por download não estão disponíveis em jogos salvos depois deste ponto. Sim, vamos lá. Salvar. Oi, vamos lá pra Tártaro.
Captain, I am pleased to inform you that we have successfully landed on Tartarus. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Sabe algo útil sobre Tártaro?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
Boa tentativa, mas não vai rolar. Você promete não ir embora sem mim?
I can make the assurance that I will not leave with another captain, unless you do not return within 876,541,652 hours.
Justo.
Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
You're the backup, right? From Akande? Thank the law you're here. These bloodthirsty sprat bags have no respect for the law. We're pinned down.
O presidente me avisou, estou aqui para ajudar.
Good. Came through a while ago, but we haven't heard from him or Adjutant Akande in too long. You've got to help us. Please, kill them. Summary justice for the whole lot.
Eu preciso chegar ao presidente, onde ele está. Eu resolvi o presidente para meu prisioneiro para poder me disfarçar. Só preciso chegar ao presidente, onde ele está.
Last we heard, he was in the pit. In order to get there, you're gonna have to go through the docks and down through the cargo yard.
Tá bom. Junte-se a mim pra gente sair botando pra quebrar.
Bust through? Are you out of your mind? Those animals will tear us apart.
Não, eu tenho uma arma de refrigerante, vai dar tudo bem. Sai daí e faça Deus se orgulhar, faça isso pelo presidente. Seu covarde, você não lutar por sua própria vida, eu mesmo acabo com ela.
Oh, law. You really would, wouldn't
Olha, eu
you?
tô puto.
Alright, fine. If I'm gonna die, it'll be as a proud employee of the board. See you in the field. Tartarus security out.
Transmission terminated. How can I be of assistance?
Nada, ótimo. Obrigada.
Goodbye.
Bom, bora lá, meus amores. Vou levar meus de sempre. Peraí, eu tenho arma quebrada? Ver se consigo arrumar antes da gente ir. Não, aqui é só modificar aqui, ó. Consertar. Consertar tudo que está equipado. Estamos bem? Estamos bem? Como é que tá? Dano. Arma horrorosa aqui de raio. Essa aqui é muito boa. Essa aqui também é muito boa. Essa aqui é horrorosa. Vou trocar. Tá, aqui a gente usa uma leve, uma pesada e uma energia. Eu tinha que levar uma arma física também. Mas posso levar a espetadora. O que ela usa de munição? Não entendi. Energia? Gente. Fiquei curioso agora. Vamos lá, vamos pro Tártaro. Nós vamos com Alexia Nioka, o gay e a minha querida. Eu adorei esse livro-vida aqui de todos. Ah, Nyoka. Arrasa com ele. Ok, Nyoka, você não arrasou com ele. Não foi isso que eu pedi. Eu pedi pra você arrasar com ele, Nyoka. Tem que fazer tudo de novo, Nyoka. Tem uma arma de verdade, então. Ixi, tô zero munição pra essa. Com essa aqui. Galera. Tem que ir na frente, vidas. Ai, meus amigos pararam eles. Devia estar matando todo mundo, né? Tá me atirando, velho. Ó, de caralho. Peguei um monte de sala de energia agora e não. Tem algo de energia, é verdade.
I'm not too keen on walking into a prison. They lock me up, I'm liable to kill everyone trying to get back out.
They say nobody's ever broken out of the labyrinth. Didn't say nothing about breaking in, though.
Tem um ponto, Félix.
We have a lot of shooting to do, Captain.
Yes, girl. Yes, we do. Sai da frente, gente. Não tá fingindo, não. Nyoka. Fucking dano médico aí. Que tipo de munição essa arma usa que não vai estar aparecendo aqui? Nem o caminho que é não, hein? Acho que eu tô certo. bastante munição. Vamos equipar os meus queridos também. Deixei aqui, justamente o lugar que a gente tá. Não tem problema de mentir, né? 79, 58, 87, 85, 83, determinação, bloqueio, pesado, bloqueio, bloqueio. É tudo igual. Cacete, não vai ter muita coisa, né? Chique que ficou. De arma. Acho que eu tenho uma arma de dano de verdade. E tá triste. Tem mais. Tem que fazer com essa arma aqui. Mas eu vou colocar as duas. Não deixa eu colocar outra? Tá, entendi. No alcance armas brancas. Felix está com uma arma muito boa, porém ela dá pouco dano. A gente tá equilibrado. Bora comprar assim. Aqui não tem munição? Claro que tem. Ótimo. Vamos pro poço. Morreu. Como é que consegue no stealth por aqui, mas eu não sei como é que é o hit stealth nesse jogo. Foda-se. Stealth no meu cu. Todo respeito. Falei? Vamos ver agora o que tem de interessante aqui. Nada. Cartucho, cartucho. Ok. Energia. E armadura também é interessante. E aquilo. É você, Melody.
Did anyone see you come in here? Law, help me. I'm gonna die. They're gonna kill me.
O que tá fazendo aqui?
I was supposed to fix the gas system. Now I'm hiding for my damn life. Of course I did. It's my damn job. But I can't go release the gas without authorization.
Pode sim.
I'd be fired.
Ai, cacete, olha. Então deixa que eu faço.
No, I'd get fired for that too. Just, I'm gonna hide until this blows over.
Cadê o sistema? Entregar gás de pacificação. Continuar. Vai me dar a senha?
I hope this all...
Você sabe a senha desse terminal?
Yeah, but if I give it out to anyone, I'll be fired.
Ninguém tem que ficar sabendo.
I'm not risking it. Go on, get out of here before they hear us.
Que inferno, fala logo. Eu preciso da
And
senha.
I need to not get fired.
Nem pensar, fica aqui enquanto... Ah, não consigo, eu tenho pouco. Ai, inferno mesmo, né? Que ódio.
Easy now.
Dá pra mim por baixo? Bem que não é por aqui, né? Deixa eu ver. Bora. Uma covarde. Vocês preferem que todo mundo fique dormindo? Ou que todo mundo morra, querida?
Let's go, troops. Stellar base coming up.
Deus, não me foram costas. Cacete. Ih. Tem tempo, amor.
Now that was fun.
Susto louca. Gente. Restrict area, tô tudo restrito já. Ou mais ou menos não faz diferença.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain needs our help. So, get in there and fight!
Here we go. Right, take it.
Desculpa, gente. Desculpa.
Heads up. That's the last of them.
Cacete. Tá acontecendo, gente. Tem gente em tudo que é lugar.
You, ain't feeling jittery, are you? 'Cause I'm not.
Take a breath now, folks. Once we're up there, I suspect we ain't gonna have time to stop shooting.
Acorda, amiga. Meu Deus, chegamos
I
aqui.
don't understand. I pulled you out of the Hope. I brought you out of stasis. I gave you the opportunity to help me save every settler on the Hope.
We could have saved this colony, you know. That was always the plan. I revive you, you do as I say. I tell you to go there, get me this, shoot that, and you do as I say. If you'd just listened to me, we could have rescued everyone on the Hope. We could have been the saviors of Halcyon. But you didn't listen. No one in this damn colony ever listens.
Não sou teu parceiro, Phineas nunca fui.
Ha! No, of course not. You're the board's lackey now. And isn't that just paying dividends? You're the deadliest shot this side of Halcyon, and you hired yourself out to the board. A gang of greedy pencil jockeys.
Não era a intenção também.
What did they tempt you with, hmm? Power? Money? One of those fancy reclining chairs?
Calma, Phineas, você tá pirando.
Calm down. Oh, I can't calm down. I won't calm down. Calm is the enemy of lucidity. Nothing clears the mind like sheer, gibbering desperation. This is how the board operates. It's not enough that they should win. They must see me fail. Well, I haven't failed, do you hear me? I still have one last gambit. I've got Adjutant Akande here with me, and I'm going to put a bullet through her eye.
Não precisa fazer isso ainda, se eu peço para conversar clemente com você. É, que ótimo, essa é a parte que eu finjo que estou preocupado.
Well, yes. The Adjutant is your employer, after all. I
Não,
was expecting something of a
pior
reaction.
que não. Não tô nem aí pra Candy, mas vou curtir a beça matar você.
Say what you will, but I can't risk letting you interfere. The only thing worse than Halcyon collapsing is this psychotic monster living to see it happen. If you insist on interfering, I will be forced to kill you, and I don't want that.
Eu não posso simplesmente deixar você matar junto a Candy também tudo isso, Phineas. Tá, vamos perguntar. Puxa, eu não sabia que você se preocupava.
I don't, you backbiting, double-crossing ingrate. I loathe everything you've done, but I was the one who revived you. I hate destroying my own projects.
Vamos conversar sobre isso.
I can't imagine we've got anything left to say.
Eu não sou o único clone que você usou em experimentos, sou o único que sobreviveu.
So you found out. I suppose it's not enough that you ruin my every plan. You must also humiliate me by reminding me of my failures. Yes, I've killed people. Is that what you wanted to hear? I experimented on dozens of the Hope's colonists. Every last one of them died in agony.
Primeira regra da medicina é não causar danos se você deixou seus pacientes morrerem.
They were never patients. No, they were just things. Husks of frozen organic matter. It was only when the screaming started that they became people. It always starts with screaming, followed by thrashing, followed by cell death. The average human adult takes 93 seconds to completely liquefy.
Naqueles clones que você matou tinham esperança, sonhos, famílias, mas você não se importou.
Stop it. Don't you think I know that? I killed all those colonists. I can never atone for what I've done. My life's work has been an exercise in futility. The only honorable way to end it is to go down fighting.
Não vou fazer a sua vontade.
I expect you'll try. I've programmed the Labyrinth's mechanical warden to kill you on sight. I'm sorry to have to do this, but I can't take any chances with you. You were my greatest success, and my greatest disappointment.
Ele meteu o dedo na câmera igual eu em live, apontando. É, gatas ali, ó. Vamos lá, querida. Tô pra matar o mecanoide, eu tô com sangue no olho também. Ah.
Make it look so easy.
Agora não dá, incrível. Ah, legal. Abrir tudo isso pra quê? Abrir tudo isto para quê? Inferno. Bora, Mar.
Here they come.
Só isso? Ah, não vou conseguir, né? Deve dar câmera de hibernação. Onde eu uso isso? Ei, vou te matar com mais uma legal. Peguei na DLC. Faço assim? Faço assim?
Thank the law you're here. That madman was out of control. You were right to put him down. He was too far gone to be of any use to us. And what about you? You aren't hurt, I hope.
Olha, Sofia, eu não sabia que você se preocupava comigo.
Why shouldn't I be interested in the well-being of my finest agent? Not to mention my most valuable investment. You've put down the worst riot in our history, rid the colony of a dangerous madman, and saved my life. The board owes you a tremendous debt. We don't have a moment to lose. We're gonna have to work together to save Halcyon, because the situation is far worse than you imagined.
E conte o que aconteceu.
We've lost all contact with Earth. It's been 3 years since we've received a message. We've had no contact, no signals, nothing. Earth has gone dark. 2 years ago, the Earth Directorate's frigate disappeared en route to Earth. We don't know if they ever made it. We don't know if there's an Earth to go back to.
Earth's gone dark, and you've been covering it up for 3 years? The colony deserves to know the truth.
The colony deserves peace of mind, Mr. Millstone. Right now, it's our job to protect Halcyon from the truth.
So we've got to make do on our own. Seems to me that'll make us stronger in the end anyhow.
We must find a way to carry on by ourselves. For better or worse. Halcyon is the only home we have left. We're alone, Captain. That's all I know for certain. Whatever happens to this colony, we're going to have to deal with it on our own. Returning to Earth is not an option.
Pera, tem umas perguntas.
I'll answer however I can.
O que você quer dizer com estamos sem notícias da Terra? O que aconteceu?
I can't say for certain, but all my data suggests that Earth has experienced a massive calamity. I don't know what happened, but something must have gone horribly wrong.
Deve ser culpa
I'm
dos
not
Estados
sure
Unidos,
there's an
certeza.
Earth to go back to.
Você tá me contando isso agora?
I couldn't risk this news getting out. Before you, the 2 people in this colony who knew the truth were Chairman Rockwell and I. I had every intention of telling you the truth after you'd skipped the Hope to Tartarus. Unfortunately, Phineas Wells chose that moment to start a riot.
Mencionou uma fragata que desapareceu.
The Earth Directorate's frigate accounts for half of our military forces. 2 years ago, that frigate disappeared while returning to Earth. We haven't heard a word back. Without the Directorate's frigate, our military forces are barely capable of maintaining control over this colony.
Você disse que não houve mais mensagens da Terra.
Not a word. We received our last message 3 years ago. Our every attempt at reaching out to Earth has been met with absolute silence.
Tá bom, não tem mais perguntas.
Yes, we do have a long road ahead of us. But I have faith in you. The service you've done for this colony is nothing short of extraordinary. You're the reason I'm still standing here today. The board will survive because of you. And as the board goes, so goes Halcyon. It's time we carried out the program. I trust I can count on your support, Captain.
A colônia tem sido mal administrada há tempo demais, de agora em diante eu dirijo o show. Sim, pode contar com meu apoio, eu quero pôr o programa funcionar direito. Gente, eu vou fazer isso. Desculpa.
I support your decision wholeheartedly. You've proven yourself the most capable leader in the colony. Now more than ever before, Halcyon needs strong leadership and a steady guiding hand. I look forward to serving as your adjutant. We're on our own now. Earth isn't coming to save us, so we're going to have to save ourselves.
Vou virar meu próprio chefe.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The riots in Tartarus ended in a total victory for the board. Without any significant threats to challenge their power, the board asserted their control over the colony. The lifetime employment program began immediately, and the people of Halcyon did exactly what they were expected to do. They obeyed. Sophia Akande converted the labyrinth from a prison to a processing center. She jettisoned the original colonists out of the Hope and transformed the ship into a massive storage facility. One by one, the workers of Halcyon surrendered themselves to the program. They arrived with their families and their friends, their colleagues and their neighbors, and then, one by one, they marched into their stasis chambers. As the workers of Halcyon slept in their hibernation chambers, their settlements became ghost towns, left behind by the board to be reclaimed by nature. Only Byzantium remained, a shining beacon of civilization in an otherwise abandoned colony. The people of Byzantium spent the rest of their days gorging themselves on their stockpile of resources. As for the workers of Halcyon, they never felt the effects of the collapse. They never felt anything at all. As the board began to enact the lifetime employment program, Sanjar and Zora brought another option to the townships of Terra 2. Many workers joined MSI, bolstering Sanjar's ranks and giving Zora more forces to work with. Though none of Sanjar's policies spread to Byzantium, many smaller townships that might otherwise have been shuttered thrived under his and Zora's combined leadership. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. Over the years, the ruins of Edgewater caused irreversible environmental damage to the landscape of Emerald Vale, owing largely to the presence of toxic compounds in the town's building materials. As for Edgewater's former workers, their remains provided a source of nourishment for the region's fauna, leading to an explosion in the sprat population. The collapse of Edgewater left its workers bereft of any purpose in life. Most of them made their way to Adelaide McDevitt's camp, hoping to ingratiate themselves into her favor. Adelaide accepted only a few to her community. The rest were turned away and likely died of starvation.
Meu Deus.
Nevertheless, Adelaide's camp grew into a well-established town. It was only a matter of time before the adjutant sent her troops to wipe out Adelaide's town. Only one deserter escaped the massacre. He was believed to be carrying the last remaining copy of Adelaide's research. The bounty on his head remains unclaimed. While the Groundbreaker remained mechanically stable, the changing times forced Junlei Tennyson to make some difficult calls on behalf of her community. The work of maintaining independence was an uphill climb, and she found herself caving to bad faith compromises with the board. Time will tell if the Groundbreaker can endure. As smaller settlements were swallowed up and their workers drafted into the lifetime employment program, Byzantium continued to thrive. While its citizens lived in decadence and extravagance, a small cadre of scientists worked to solve the nutrition crisis that threatened Halcyon. No one else much noticed the townships that disappeared from the map, or the luxuries that slowly lost their luster year by year. Even the Gorgon asteroid, though a distant enigma to most of Halcyon, felt the aftershocks of your actions. Olivia and Minnie Ambrose worked together to cure the marauders Adrena Time had created. Through their partnership as scientist and administrator, they discovered the harmony that had eluded them as mother and daughter. And through years of patience and effort, they discovered the means to wean Halcyon from the scourge of Adrena Time. Their work afforded them an enviable status among Byzantium's elite. It was a bittersweet reward, especially as the townships they had saved were rounded up as part of the lifetime employment program. In spite of everything, the Gorgon asteroid remained a sobering reminder of the potential for progress and disaster in humanity's most ambitious efforts. The truth about Rizzo Spectrum Brown was buried in the abandoned ruins of their old distillery. The company designed a new drink using the rancid harvests from the old purpleberry orchards and a dangerous amount of brown food coloring. This second launch of Spectrum Brown was sold in Byzantium at an exorbitant price. It was incredibly popular. Ruth Bellamy never forgot the words you said to her. Rather than despairing over the death of her sister, she found the courage to make good use of her life. As a response to the Lifetime Employment Program, she began writing and starring in her own serials. These were filled with subversive ideas critical of board authority. In retribution, Akande confiscated her estate and banned her serials. Bellamy declared that she had no regrets. The Lifetime Employment Program led to a boom in the aetherwave industry as more and more Byzantines demanded entertainment. With the absence of Ruth Bellamy, the question on everyone's mind was, who could be the next Halcyon Helen? Burbage 3001's performance during the investigation on Eridanos made it the ideal contender for Helen's replacement. Some years later, after Odeon Pictures released the brand new Burbage 3002 model, it was found mysteriously destroyed by a plasma weapon. Cedric Kincannon did not take kindly to losing the vast majority of his subordinates to hibernation. Despite the board seriously entertaining the idea of offering Sublight a seat, Cedric was nowhere to be found. Any theories that he left Halcyon entirely to begin a new life on some undiscovered asteroid with his former secretary Eileen are, of course, just theories. With the board's newly renewed grip on its seat of power, the public's increased interest in the aetherwave industry, and the death of his primary acting rival, Spencer Woolrich expected to return to the limelight as he so rightfully deserved. Much to his chagrin, however, his roles remained few, and quickly grew fewer. As his fall from stardom solidified, Woolrich found himself reassigned to menial labor and placed in suspended animation to support the Lifetime Employment Program. It seemed that as much as he had resented her, Halcyon Helen had been all that separated Spencer from complete irrelevancy. Tossball in Halcyon changed dramatically after the Lifetime Improvement Program. With roughly half of the league's players in hibernation, existing teams were forced to merge. The upheaval caused a great deal of infighting between longtime rivals, who found themselves on the same side of the tossball hump. This, in turn, led to a pronounced increase of knives during play, and a period in tossball's history known as the blood loss across the toss. Bertie Holcomb groused in private about the general fictation of tossball spectators. Once, enraged by the sight of a Byzantine seated in the front row with a fancy drink. Bertie leapt over the dividing wall to the stands, seized the offending beverage, and stabbed the man in the hand with its tiny umbrella garnish. New laws against this infraction were created after the game. Bertie Holcomb would live forever in the annals of tossball history as the first player to have received a penalty for audience participation. With the situation in Eridanos taken care of, and with Byzantium's sphere of influence rapidly expanding, attention on the Prophet of Profitability's productivity seminars multiplied 100-fold. High-rungers all over Halcyon flocked to Eridanos and its newly opened Productivity Expansion Reserve. The Prophet herself remained at the forefront of her discipline, until a violent encounter with a rival spy. Actually, no more than a curious fan saw her fade into the background for the remainder of her days. Your influence further cemented Ellie's perspective. She understood she could never truly rely on others, so she set about making sure she wouldn't have to. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She enjoyed a long and infamous career running missions across the system. Some of them were even legal. As the board reasserted control over Halcyon, Felix came to realize that his life as an upstart rebel had come to an end. The board's victory crushed any hope for a grand revolution across Halcyon. And so Felix, once again, found himself without a purpose in life.
Desculpa, Felix.
And so, disillusioned with his former boss and with nowhere left to go, Felix left his crew without saying goodbye. He was never heard from again. As a reward for his part in her courageous rescue, the adjutant invited the vicar known as Max to become one of the leaders of the Order of Scientific Inquiry. But Max had no interest in serving any organization, let alone the OSI, which he knew would never tolerate his heretical theories. Instead, he attempted to minister to the people of Byzantium. They rejected his ideas, being far too satisfied with their own material comforts. Disillusioned, Max gave up and left the city. He was never heard from again. Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. As the board began to roll out their lifetime employment program, Parvati was increasingly plagued by dreams of freezing to death, and rarely left their shared quarters. Stymied by dwindling resources, Junlei struggled to keep the Groundbreaker afloat. Their relationship couldn't survive the strain. Parvati moved into crew quarters and found work servicing water pumps in hydroponics. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon? Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. Adjutant Sophia Akande was instrumental in executing the Lifetime Employment Program. Following the death of Chairman Rockwell, Sophia Akande served as the loyal adjutant to her former freelancer, now the most powerful person in Halcyon. With Halcyon's workers suspended in a state of hibernation, starvation and chaos are problems of the past. The Lifetime Employment Program succeeded in its goals. But that success came at a price. The Halcyon of today is nothing at all like the colony of yesteryear. Power remains concentrated in Byzantium, but all the colony's resources serve the lifestyle of the elite, thereby transforming Halcyon into one of the smallest and most exclusive colonies in the system. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? You brought an end to the chaos on Tartarus, and proved yourself the most capable leader left in the colony. With Sophia Akande as your adjutant, you returned in triumph to Byzantium. All of Halcyon was yours. In time, you demonstrated a talent for leadership that far surpassed your predecessor, Chairman Rockwell. With your steady hand, you guided Halcyon through the turbulent years to follow, and helped ensure the colony's survival. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Acabou. Putz. Olha, tô me sentindo bem decepcionado com minhas próprias escolhas, porque o final não foi nem o que eu esperava como eu comecei. Acho que minhas escolhas foram um pouco precipitadas depois e eu acabei me aliando com o lado errado da história e fiz merda. Mas quando era pra voltar já tinha avançado muito, então queria pra uma próxima gameplay fazer coisas diferentes. Acabei me aliando com a corporação, botei todos os trabalhadores a congelar pra sempre e concentrou a riqueza com os ricos e poderosos já. Que bosta, né? Que merda, não gostei. Não gostei das minhas escolhas. Ah, fi. É isso, e com esse final horroroso que eu só tenho a mim mesmo a culpar, que a gente vai encerrar a saga de The Outer Worlds, tá? Eu imaginei que essa última parte, esse final seria curto, mas eu não achei que seria tão curto assim. Mas enfim, o que importa é que acabou. Foi um jogo divertido. Um jogo da época, eu acho que ele é muito recheado de opções. Muito diálogo, mas são diálogos divertidos. Os personagens também são mais carismáticos. Eu achei só a mecânica de batalha FPS um pouco travada, mas enfim, é porque eu não sou muito fã de FPS também, então minhas opiniões são um pouco suspeitas pra isso. Achei a customização meio inútil, porque eu nunca vejo personagem, então por que tem uma customização tão completa se eu nunca vou ver o personagem nem nas cinematics, então achei meio meh. Mas enfim, como terminamos o primeiro, agora é só esperar o lançamento do The Outer Worlds 2 e também experimentá-lo quando lançar pra gente jogar e ver como que ele vai se superar em comparação ao primeiro. É isso, gente. Vamos encerrar então o vídeo por aqui. Se gostou da saga e se gostou do vídeo também, deixa um like, um comentário, se inscreve no canal se não for inscrito, ativa o sino para receber notificações de vídeos novos. Isso. Nossa próxima saga é uma saga bem diferente dessa. Não é FPS, não é futurística e... é uma saga legal. E acho que vocês vão gostar. Eu tô adorando. Anyway, então, até o próximo vídeo. Obrigado por assistir até aqui. Nenaizinho e tchau.